Hey guys, it's Selena Sanctuary here with Selena Sanctuary. Oh, well, myself that likes paperbacks. So let's get started with the lovely ordeal of paperback versus hardcover. So one of the best things about hardcovers is that they come in special edition. Their dust jackets are so much prettier than softcover books, and also they generally have like a better all-around design on them, but it's also harder to obtain the special editions, but that's okay. The search is worth it. So with paperbacks, the covers are pretty simplistic. And they always seem to follow a theme throughout the series. So that's kind of like really nice for people that like the simplistic aspect, which I do for certain books, because sometimes the hardcovers are just too much on the front that it's just not appeasing to my eye. So like these ones, the hardcover form of these have like polka dots all over them, and it's just not appeasing to my eye, whereas the soft covers of these ones is very simplistic and pretty to me because it actually accentuates what the book is. So that's why I like paperbacks for this series. Well, that is an interesting point, but in hardcovers, you don't have to break the spine since they are sturdier and less damageable because of the spine and the hard fronts of them. So the coolest thing about paperbacks though is you can actually curl up in bed with them and just like move more about with them versus the hardcover you really can't. And sadly, yes, you do have to break the spine on most softcover books, but it actually makes it easier to read the softcover book versus hardcovers. You get no leeway with where you can read because you always have to have it all the way open to actually read the words, whereas like paperbacks, you can, sadly break the spine and you can read all the words, but also it's easier to hold at that point. That is very true. You can curl up in bed because of that. They are better for that portion of, reading. So hardbacks are better to travel with because of the less damageable aspect, but it's also easier to read them on a table and just kind of like sitting around in public because there's generally tables around you, or even in like one of those cool like swing chairs, you can sit and just kind of like have it up on your leg versus like softcover, you're like moving it around and trying to get it into a good position. So even though, yes, soft covers are easily damageable, they can still be traveled with. You can still travel around anywhere with them. You can read them on a table too, and you can also read them in a swing. It is a little harder because opening a soft cover on a table, it's not gonna sit right because they're so like floppy, as people say, that you sometimes have to hold the book open versus hardcovers you really don't. But a great thing about like sitting in a swing chair is you can curl up in the swing chair then versus sitting with like just your leg up. You can curl up with the book and read it that way. So yeah, the traveling portion sucks because you can damage your soft cover, but it's okay. Soft covers are replaceable versus hardcovers can't sometimes. So soft covers are great for like more like the malleable portion of travel. They're easier to store and so forth and so on with that, yeah. But the thing with hardcovers is after reading them, they don't look damaged. So if you have the extra money to spend, you should spend it because they look more aesthetically pleasing in the house. And also when they're upright, they stand upright versus soft covers fall over. Thank you guys for watching our dispute about hardcovers and softcovers. It was so great to have you, Selena. It was so fun to dispute over hardcovers and paperbacks with you. Bye. Bye.